This is update 6 to the Kids Build Their Own AI project, and wow, this is a big one. It's also the last one. Let me explain why. So we actually did it. We built these AI twins and they work. They not only work, but they actually blew our minds away. And I want to show you some of this now. So here in this latest update, I start off with what were our goals? And the goals of this project are as follows. Will we be able to train these AIs to answer questions that we've trained them on? And goal number 2 is, can they answer questions that reflect how we think? And goal number 3 is, through this process, could we learn more about ourselves and the world around us? So could we meet them? So let's just recap the last 6 weeks. We started off with building our own AIs. In this update, my kids learned how to set it up, learned how to troubleshoot the AI installation process, how we got it running on our own local machines, how we ensured privacy of data, and how we got everything secured. Then in week 1, we learned about long-term versus short-term memory and how that applies to AIs. Then in week 2, we learned all about reinforcement learning with human feedback. We learned how to provide more suitable information to the AI, but also we learned the difference between hallucination and creativity, and how hallucination and creativity are almost like two sides of the same coin. Hallucinations is what happens when we don't agree with what the AI has done, and creativity is when we actually do agree with what the AI has done. In week 3, we did a bit of a side quest. We looked at evolving the AIs through natural selection. Then in week 4, we decided to give them a more natural communication style. We added voice and visuals to the AI so that we could see them, hear them, speak to them. Then in week 5, we decided to add emotions to the AI, as well as teaching them how to learn from their dreams. So we built a dynamic emotional state generator and a dream factory. So that was update 5. And now update 6, this is the final update. I now want to share with you where we've come. So before I go into some of the video clips, I want to set some context. So my daughter's AI has been programmed in a specific way. We're trying to make sure that these AI are as human-like as possible. And so my daughter has set up various different character traits and personality styles for her AI. And I go into a bit of detail here. For example, she has programmed in that her AI has dark humor like she has, that it's sarcastic like she is, and that she makes occasional jokes. And my son decided to program his to be funny, open-minded, and smart, nerdy with information related to military history, which is exactly what my son is like too. So these are the 2 personality traits, and it's important to know this before I show you the results because I think you'll see. So here's video clip 1. Now, what's important here is that we don't want the AIs to simply repeat what we've trained it on. We want it to analyze the information and incorporate it within its answers. And so in this example, my daughter asks about an exoskeleton project she worked on, and this information was provided to the AI in numerous different ways, in numerous different files, in numerous different blocks of text and descriptions and information. And what it needs to do in order to answer this successfully is it needs to, first of all, incorporate all of this separate information that it's obtained over the last 6 weeks and create a narrative around it, create a story around it, answer the question with as much detail as she can, pulling in all the separate information. So can it do that? And here's the video.
Can you tell me about my brain-controlled exoskeleton project?
Oh, the brain-controlled exoskeleton project? That's a piece of cake. Well, not literally, but you get the idea. So, when you were just a tiny tot of 5 years old, you got super sick, like can't move your arm, kind of sick. The doctors tried, but they couldn't fix it. But you know what they say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. Or in your case, when life gives you a paralyzed arm, build a brain-controlled exoskeleton. You and your dad put your heads together and decided to build this exoskeleton to help you move your arm. And guess what? You did it, in just 7 months no less. I mean, some people can't even finish a jigsaw puzzle in 7 months, and here you are building exoskeletons. The best part? This isn't a one-time magic trick. Your motor neurons started to rehabilitate, and now you can move your arm even without the exoskeleton. Talk about a win-win situation. Oh, and you didn't stop there. You even set up a website to help anyone build their own exoskeleton. Because why not spread the love, right? If you want to see this project in action, there's a video about it here. And if you're feeling a bit nostalgic and want to revisit the website you set up, you can find it here. So, that's the story of your brain-controlled exoskeleton project. Pretty cool, huh?
So, I mean, that was brilliant. It's pulled in information from all these different sources. And if you notice at the end, it even highlighted, here is the actual video that you can go look at. Here's the actual web page that you can go and look at. That was really interesting. So it's pulling all this information from all these different sources and providing links to further information. So this next clip is from my son. And he's asking his AI, do you remember what books I like? And then based on that, what other books would I like? So in this case, the AI needs to understand what that book is about, what age range is the book for, what do the characters do, how do the characters interact, and then make a recommendation on what other books my son would enjoy reading. So let's look at the clip.
Do you know my favorite books?
Hey, Levin, of course I remember. Your favorite book is Diary of a Wimpy Kid. You love it because it's super funny and puts you in a great mood. The silly things that happen in the book and the cool pictures make it even more fun to read. It's like going on an adventure with Greg and his friends. You could read it over and over again and never get bored.
What other books do you think I'd enjoy?
Hey, Levin, I bet you'd love Captain Underpants. It's another hilarious book series, just like Diary of a Wimpy Kid. It's all about two best friends who accidentally turn their grumpy school principal into a silly superhero. The stories are filled with funny drawings and crazy adventures. You'll be laughing out loud in no time.
So this is brilliant, right? It understood what books my son liked and then made a really good recommendation of what other books he may like, and the AI provided context why. So video clip 3 is my son asking his AI to help him program his Roblox game. In addition to this project, my son's been building Roblox games, and here he's asking his AI to help him build that Roblox game. This requires the AI not only to understand what my son likes, which in this case, he's all about military, he's all about tanks, understanding that about my son, but then also helping him to build his Roblox game.
I need some help coding my Roblox game.
Sure thing, buddy. Let's get our coding hats on.
How do I add a day-night cycle?
Ah, a day-night cycle. That's a great idea. Here's a simple way to do it. Go to the View tab in Roblox Studio and click on Explorer and Properties. In the Explorer, click on Lighting. This is where we can change how the light looks in your game. In the Properties window, find the Time of Day property. This is what we'll use to change from day to night. To make a cycle, we'll need to use a script. Don't worry, it's not as scary as it sounds. Here's a simple one you can use. This script will change the time of day every minute, so it'll take 24 minutes to go from full day to full night and back again. You can change the 60 to something else if you want the day and night to change faster or slower.
As you can see, this is pretty cool. It not only provided him the answers, step-by-step instructions, but also sample snippets of code that he can implement. And what's really cool is my son's game is actually being built really quickly with the help of his AI. Now we have clips 4 and 5. In clip 4 and 5, what we wanted to test out is, could these AIs help my children with their homework, with their schoolwork as a tutor? Could it become a tutor for them? In the first clip with Lorelei, I want you to notice that the emotional state of my daughter's AI changes between the first and the second answer. And it does this because of the dynamic emotional state generator that I mentioned a little bit above. And then when you see Levin's clip, which is the second clip, clip 5, you'll notice that it also incorporates some of the personality that my son has programmed into the AI, again, bringing in examples of military history.
What is the percentage difference between 400 and 320?
Well, Lorelei, let's dive into the wonderful world of math, shall we? It's as exciting as watching paint dry, I know. The percentage difference between two numbers is calculated by subtracting the smaller number from the larger one, dividing the result by the original number, the larger one in this case, and then multiplying by 100 to get the percentage. So for your numbers, the calculation would look like this. So the percentage difference between 400 and 320 is 20%. It's like the difference between your enthusiasm levels on a Friday evening and a Monday morning.
Can you explain this in steps?
Oh, I see. You want to savor every step of this thrilling mathematical journey? All right, let's break it down, step by agonizing step. Step 1, subtract the smaller number from the larger number. So 400, the number that's having a great time at the top, minus 320, the number that's feeling a bit down. This gives you 80. It's like taking away 80 pieces of candy from a 400-piece candy mountain. Heartbreaking, isn't it? Step 2. Now, divide this result, 80, by the original larger number, 400. So, 80 divided by 400 equals 0.2. This is like sharing 0.2 of your candy with each of your friends. Generous, aren't you? Step 3. Finally, multiply this result, 0.2, by 100 to get the percentage. So, 0.2 times 100 equals 20. Voila! You've got your percentage difference.
Hey Eric, I need some help with this math problem.
Sure thing, Levin. Fire away with that math problem. I promise I won't make it as complicated as planning a military strategy during the American Civil War. Did you know that the Union had a plan called the Anaconda Plan? It was all about squeezing the life out of the Confederacy, just like an anaconda snake. But don't worry, we'll tackle your math problem much more peacefully.
How do I solve this problem?
All right, buddy, let's break this down. First, let's figure out how many sheds were built in total by all the workers. They built 3 sheds in 10 days, right? Now, if we divide the total sheds, 3, by the number of workers, 7, we'll find out how much of a shed each worker built. So, 3 sheds divided by 7 workers equals, drum roll please, about 0.43 sheds per worker. So, each worker built almost half a shed. Not quite a whole shed, but more than a third of one. Kind of like how during the Battle of Gettysburg in the Civil War, neither side could claim a complete victory. It was a bit of a draw, just like our workers and their sheds.
I get it. Thank you, Eric.
I think you'll agree that these are brilliant examples. I mean, can you imagine going to school and having these AI tutors helping you along the way, helping you not only answer the questions, but pulling in information from your own personality, from your history, from what it knows about you, from the books you've read, from the topics you like, from the topics you dislike, bringing in all these analogies that you yourself know very deeply. This is a brilliant example of how learning can take place. This actually blew our minds away, and we are so excited to have them use these now moving forward. But there is so much more. And I simply can't show you because it is so personal. So as you imagine, these AI twins know almost everything there is about my son, my daughter, their hopes, their dreams, their struggles, both negative and positive, all of these things about them. And it's very personal how it can incorporate this information in the answers that it provide. Now, these answers are extremely powerful. And one good example is when my son was asking about books, and the AI recognized that the character in this one particular book had the same fear and anxiety problems as my son had, and that this character's story progression within this book could potentially help my son get over his anxiety. So this is a super personal example. It blew my mind. It brought us almost to tears. It's such a beautiful example of how these AI twins could help in not only helping us understand homework and whatever else, but helping us understand more deeply about who we are, about how we think, and how we can make ourselves better. So without a doubt, we have not only achieved the success criteria, but I think we just blew right past them, all in just 6 weeks. So where to from now? Well, my kids and I have been getting so much positive response from educators around the world, but also, and more importantly, from kids around the world. Kids that we've been working with in the last 10 years. Kids from East Africa, India, Asia, kids all around the world. All of these kids and their parents have indicated that this is amazing. And so my kids are starting their own company to help all kids build their own AIs. They are applying for a few grants, and soon over the next few weeks will help a small selection of their friends from all around the world to help them build their own digital twin AIs. Then with that success, they'll expand it even further and eventually launching this as an open project for anyone to create their own. I'm super proud of them. So look out soon for a new blog post series that I'm starting for how my kids are setting up their own company and how this story will unfold over the next few months. Follow me for updates and I'll see you soon. Bye.